Reading and writing are the basics of any type of education. Whether someone is trying to further their education here in America or in a different country, it is essential to be able to read and write. In this fast-growing and fast-changing world we live in, reading and writing are essential skills that employees expect a person to process. When I think about how I learned to read, I am immediately taken back to first grade, where we actually started reading. At first, reading was difficult for me because I am not a big fan of reading, but I eventually learned that practice makes perfect. I would reluctantly read everything my teacher gave us. When I think about what actually shaped the way I read and write, I think about being in the 3rd grade. When I was in 3rd grade, I really fell in love with reading. I fell in love with reading because I found something I enjoyed reading. I had family members that helped me read, and my confidence in reading grew. In 3rd grade, I got hooked on the Judy B. Jones books. I was absolutely in love with her books. The adventure in them was just how I thought my life was back then. I would go on vacation, and I felt like I experienced some of the same things that happened to Judy. I remember my first loose tooth. I can remember being as excited as she was. Judy B. Jones was like my idol back in the 3rd and 4th grade. Anytime we had to read to the teacher or write about our favorite book, I would write about Judy B. Jones. She just inspired me. She had a very exciting life, and I wanted my life to be like that when I was younger. She even had cool overalls. I remember asking my mom if I could get a pair just like hers. Sure enough, I got a pair for Christmas. Santa Claus must have known that I wanted them. Judy B. Jones was the coolest series to me back then. My favorite book by her was The Monster Under the Bed. I always thought I had a monster under my bed, and it was comforting to know that I wasn't alone in my battle with the monster. If Judy had monsters under her bed and she could live to tell the tale, then so could I. I think the reason this was my favorite book is because I could relate to it. Not only could I relate to this book on a personal level, but I could read it all the way through without any problem. I think that aspect alone helped to spark my interest in reading. Another aspect of my childhood that helped me become the reader I am today was that I had a good support system. When I was younger and before I began reading by myself, my older sister Brittany would sit down with me and read a book to me. Brittany is 3 years older than I am, and seeing the way she read the book made me want to learn to read just like her. As I got a little older to where I could read by myself, Brittany and I would read together instead of her just reading to me. Brittany was very tough on me, and I would get very annoyed when I couldn't get the words right the first time. My mom and dad were the same way, except they were a lot harder to read with, especially my dad. It must be something about dads that makes them stricter than mom. Even with my writing, my dad was very strict. If he couldn't read my handwriting, he would make me write it over and over until he could make out the words. It's very frustrating. I think that in the end, all the pressure that they all put on me to correct myself made me a better reader and writer. They were hard on me, but now I can look back and really appreciate what they did. They were hard on me because they wanted me to succeed, and I think I have done just that. It's a great feeling to think you can accomplish anything with the help of family. If it wasn't for my parents and my older sister, then I wouldn't know how to read or write, and probably wouldn't have made it to college. The pressure that my family put on me definitely made me a more successful reader in the long run. Although my family helped me, I think that my speech classes helped me as well. Part of the reason why I disliked reading so much in the beginning was because I could not pronunciate the words in the book correctly. This made me lose confidence in myself as a reader. The speech classes I took in elementary school helped me build back up my confidence. Just learning how to pronunciate the words made me very happy. I felt like since I learned how to say those words correctly, then I would be able to read it better. I had trouble saying my R, so the word girl for me would come out gold. Some people said it was cute, but I found it annoying. As I continued to speak, it made me even more confident in schoolwork, reading and writing. As my confidence grew, I enjoyed reading even more. In the end, I realized how much I love reading and writing. I remember how much my older sister influenced and helped me, so now I help my younger sister. I help them both read, and I help my younger sister learn how to spell her words for vocab. It made me feel good that I could help them in the same way that I was helped, and maybe they will grow up to be better readers confidence I earned in reading made me feel like I could do anything. Even though I didn't like reading then, I love reading and writing more now. Reading and writing aren't skills you are just born with. You actually have to work hard to learn these skills. I learned by starting off with the easy books and then moving on to the harder books. There is always room for improving your reading and writing skills. There are many ways throughout my life that help shape me into the reader I am today. The three most important aspects were the Judy B. Jones books that I love, the support from my family, and the confidence I learned to have in myself.